buddy. What's going on? What's going on? What's good, everybody? It's your man Lucky. We back with another live stream. Welcome to Live at 5 with Lucky's Life Lessons. Let me see, what time is it? It's a little more like live at 5:08 or something like that. But it is what it is. If you've never been here before, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I appreciate the support. Do me a favor as you come on to the live stream, hit the thumbs up. It'll trigger the algorithm. It'll send this thing out to more people. The more people involved in the conversation, the more diverse and interesting the conversation will be. All right, let me bring everybody from backstage. You know what I'm saying? We got Nobi in the building. What's up, Nobi?
What's going on?
You doing pretty good?
Yes, happy Easter.
Okay, you got a lot going on in the background.
Yeah, Easter Sunday.
What that mean? You got to make a lot of noise?
Cooking.
Oh, okay. All right. What you cooking? Well, hold up. What you ain't cooking anything because you sitting down in front of the
You're right.
screen. You ain't cooking
Right.
nothing. So who's cooking and who's
You're
cooking
right.
what?
My daughter.
Oh, what she got? What she cooking?
She's gonna be making some steak and broccoli and potatoes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. That's what's up. That's what's
trying to
up.
do something a little different.
Okay. Well, that's what's up. So we're gonna get right into this. Before I get into the main topic of the show, right? I came across something came across my feed, right, that I wanted to talk about. I thought it was kind of interesting. One of the things I always talk to guys about is um just holding your composure, right? Not crashing out. It's a lot of guys that are now, emotional, tend to be overly emotional. But sometimes the emotion that they might have, it kind of might be warranted or at least, maybe kind of understanding, I guess, in some ways. But, as a man, you kind of got to hold your emotions together. Um, you know what I'm saying? And have some self control and not do something that ultimately in the end will you know what I'm saying? Like really jam you up, right? So let me see if I can bring this up, right? I wanna play this clip and you let me know what you think. All right?
Okay.
All right, cool. Let's go.
An Ottawa County man will spend a minimum of 30 years in prison for a domestic dispute that resulted in a shooting. Vaughn Smith pleaded guilty to charges including assault with intent to commit murder, and he was sentenced this morning. 13 on your side's Callie Lichter joins us now with what happened in court. Callie.
Juliet, despite pleas from Vaughn Smith and the victim for leniency, the judge says the crime was taunting and sadistic.
All right, so check it out, right? I'm gonna stop that right there. Did you hear it?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay.
Domestic
So
shooting minutes decades in prison. Okay.
okay, so basically what happened in this situation, right? A man and his girlfriend, right? They got into an argument. I don't know what the argument was about. I don't know what started the argument, but ultimately in the argument, he found out that one of the kids that he thought was his was
Was
not his. And you know what I'm saying? He just crashed out. He lost it and he ended up going at her with a firearm. You know what I'm saying? And then he ultimately, got arrested, went to jail, went through a trial, and was found guilty. So I get it. The law is the law, right? And so that just is what it is, right? But I have a question for you, right? And I just want to know how you feel about this. When it comes to the law, right? Being that this particular crime, there was a victim involved in the crime. Do you think that the victim, especially in this case, right? It was a domestic case. Do you think the victim should have some type of say when it comes down to the maybe the charges, the sentencing, or anything like that? Being that it was a domestic case, and it was the girlfriend who was saying hey, look, please give him leniency. What do you think about that when it's a case like that? Do you think that the victim, whenever there's a victim who is of sound, what I'm saying, mind and body, and can make educated decisions and things like that? Do you think that that victim should have, what I'm saying, some type of say when it comes to sentencing?
I want to say yes and I want to say no. The reason why I want to say yes is because the victim should be heard, but then I want to say no because sometimes you have that, it's a syndrome, Munchausen, I think it's called Munchausen syndrome, where you kind of feel for the assailant who committed the crime. And so sometimes it's hard for you to decipher between, being lenient on this person or not, because this person actually just tried to kill you. Yes, it may be because of your actions, but they actually try to take your life. So I kind of feel like it's a yes or no for me. I can't give you a one-sided answer. I can't.
Okay, the reason you can't give me a one-sided answer, is it because it's a case by case basis, or do you just
I think it's more of a case by case basis, knowing that the courts will allow the victim statement or impact to be presented. But I think if it's the actual victim, yeah, I think it's a case by case. I think it's a case by case.
you think it's a case by case? Okay,
I
what's going
think
on, Mr. Nobody? Mr. Nobody, what's good? Can you see us? Can you hear us? Not looking good. Not looking good for Mr. Nobody. All right, I'm gonna get him.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, he
yes.
can hear you now.
Okay. Don't be trying to count me out yet, man. I've been working on my stuff now.
All right, I got you. I got
Hey,
you.
I just threw it back together about 5 minutes ago. I was I was out, man. I just got back in. What's
Okay.
good? Catch me up, man. What's going on?
Same old, same old. So what happened, right? And you can see on the screen, basically, situation, right, where it was a domestic situation between a man and his girlfriend, and he crashed out. He found out that one of the kids weren't his,
Oh,
and what I'm saying, he basically went at the woman with a firearm. You know what I'm saying? He shot her. She survived. She survived, and of course, charges were brought against him. He went to trial. He was found guilty, and she spoke, and she asked the judge for the utmost leniency in this, in his sentencing. And so I was just asking, when it comes to a crime where there is a victim, especially like when it's domestic in nature, should the victim be able to, you know what I'm saying? Speak on their behalf, and should that hold some weight?
okay, okay. Yeah, the only thing about it is it's domestic now and the state take it over. So they pretty much tell you don't have no say so. The state just gonna run with it. I mean, you can say it, but the state kind of take it over and do what they want to do with it. That's the problem I have with it.
Yeah. So I mean, do you think the if being that it's a victim, you think the victim should be able to override what the state says, because the victim can speak for themselves? So if it's a crime where it's not necessarily a victim,
Yeah.
where, okay, I get it, right? But if there's a victim and the victim can say, hey, listen, I don't even want charges brought up against this person. You know what I'm saying? Do you think
I think they got the right to
override?
say something, but not override it.
Nah.
Because they might be speaking out of passion now, guilt. You know what I mean? Speaking out of guilt. And
But do they not have that right to?
yeah, I say they have the right, but not to actually have the power to overturn it though. They should still have the right to speak on it and maybe try to win whoever's gonna make the last judgment on it.
Mhm.
For them to make a decision, I don't think it should be based on them. It's just, because they now having a guilt thing and they don't want to see him go away or whatever, and then they let him out, and then he come back home and do it again.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So she might have the right to try to to change the minds of the jurors, say some jurors that
Later.
change their minds and little things of that nature, but overall not change the actual verdict of it.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Let me get this play.
It was an emotional day in court Friday as an Ottawa County man learned he will be spending decades in prison for a domestic shooting charged as attempted murder. Vaughn Smith pleaded guilty to shooting his girlfriend in the leg and head last May, but their teenage son jumped in, stabbing Smith before he could hurt her anymore.
I believe that God has already punished him enough. I feel as to regarding to this day that he has served enough time already.
The victim, who we are not naming, asked the judge for mercy when sentencing Smith, saying his time in jail has hurt their children and their household. The shooting stemmed from an argument in May 2024.
All right, so yeah, see, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was domestic in nature, and you know what I'm saying? His partner, who basically, you know what I'm saying, might feel some type of way because, you know, like I said, when it, you know, he found out one of the kids wasn't his, and that's when he
Right.
kind of crashed out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, maybe you know, being that she's the victim and, you know, the situation is what it is. I don't know. I think that when it's a crime with a victim, I think the victim should really be able to override and say, yo, listen, this is how I want this to go down.
But they're not always
that's-
thinking appropriately in that moment.
Yeah. So
Okay,
they done
so-
had it. Yeah, that's why they don't. That's why the state takes it over now, because the woman or the male, whoever the victim is, they always come back and say, no, they didn't mean it, or it didn't happen like that. I've changed my mind. I don't want to prosecute. And then they allow the guy to come back, and then this time he might take the life.
Okay, so with that being said, then should there not be, you know, crimes of passion, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of
That's what I
times,
was going to say next. I think they should still have that though, crimes of passion, and then we have some leniency behind it.
but see, most of the time when you see these crimes of passion, usually it's the woman that's, you know what I'm saying, kind of, I don't want to say getting away with whatever, but usually it's the woman that, you know what I'm saying,
Yes, sir. It's something she did.
the recipient of the leniency when it comes to a crime of passion.
Yeah, because most of the time the guy will delete. Let's say if it's a male and female, so he gonna delete the guy, and the woman gonna live, but then he'll go to jail for it. You know,
She can move on.
yeah, and she will move on. Yeah, and so I think he should just. I think that because they did have that back in the day, a crime of passion. You catch your lover or whatever, and you know you F them up real quick, and then you know you didn't get as much time. You might get about 60 days, maybe a year, but you didn't get 12 to 15 years. You know what I'm saying? But now with the state and everything, I don't know what they're gonna do, man. It's not fair on our side because they always lean toward the woman. So
Okay. Let me bring up a comment right here, right? In the situation, I would say she did that because she knew she was in the wrong, whether she knew or not. That entire situation will affect all three of their lives. Yeah, you know, she probably did feel some type of way because, you know, what she did ultimately led to,
Right.
you know, the way he crashed out. But yeah, man, I think sometimes, man, you know what I'm saying, that you know the victim should. I mean, you know, I get it. Sometimes the victims aren't thinking right, aren't thinking well, and you know they're in toxic situations and you know stuff like that. But I think sometimes things do happen where it wasn't a toxic type situation. You know what I'm saying? But at that moment, you know what I'm saying, somebody lost their head because of something that was done, and you know what I mean. I think it should be, you know, I think that person should, you know what I'm saying, be able to say, hey, look, yeah, I messed up. You know, give him a chance.
Right. I mean, they got to get back to human nature, man. People still have those type of feelings. So, I mean, you catch somebody you've been with, you know, I just seen a homeboy post. His wife, I think, just left him for somebody, and he just posted something. They was together 32 years, and you know what I'm saying. He didn't sound like he had just posted the day before that he had knocked somebody out. So I don't know if that was the dude or what, but it's just so ironic. He just posted about knocking somebody out, and then he posted again about, you know, like his wife leaving or something. So with somebody else. So, but you know what I mean? Something that
Yeah.
simple. He could have hit the guy fall, hit his head, and now he's in a coma. You know what I mean? And now you're waiting on trial. Something that simple. But I don't know, man. The crimes of passion should be a thing because that shit can happen to anybody. You know?
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, I hate to just see, you know what I'm saying, good people, you know what I'm saying, get jammed up over a situation like that.
Right.
It's, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, again, it just leads to the whole thing with, you know, being able to be emotionally intelligent and, you know what I'm saying, have self-control because you never know what's going to pop up. You know what I'm saying? You never know, you know what I'm saying, what type of information you're going to get and when. You know what I'm saying? That man might have already been going through some things. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, okay, man, I'm going through this, and now on top of this, you know what I'm saying? On top of everything that's going on, you mean to tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like one of these ain't mine or whatever. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think,
I'd
you
rather
know
for a
what
woman
I'm
not even. I'd rather for not even want to find out or a woman tell me if that child's not mine. Don't wait till that child grow up. Don't tell me because I don't know, boy. It might be some furniture moving going on around that joint.
saying?
I mean, I'm gonna raise the whole roof. You know,
Yeah, like
brother
like
been
Carl Thomas, right? I
Hey,
don't wanna know.
hey man, I've been watching all these Hulk movies since I've been down here. I've been turned green on them. You know?
Oh man,
That's some serious stuff, man. Somebody telling you that ain't your kid. I done had homeboys with that. As soon as he divorced a woman, she's like, "Well, so you know that's not your kid anyway." And the kid was headed to college.
Wow.
Raised him since all the way up through. But he's still fathering the kid though, you know, because it ain't the kid's fault. But
let me ask you a question. Do you think that's something that should be like a chargeable offense?
yes, I do.
You know
Especially
what
when
I'm
you
saying?
know. If you tell me, then you knew the whole time.
I mean, if you knew, yeah, that's a different story. But if you didn't know, you was out there with 2 or 3 people at one time, or all around the same time, you didn't have a test done, then you don't really know.
Well, she know that she messed. Now, say if I'm in a relationship with you, not just hooking up with you. Now I'm in a relationship with you or married to you, then you know who you going to see. So you know it's a possibility it could
Yeah.
be. And then when that child start growing up, you see that other person somewhere in that child. And so you still keep it to yourself. Because then when they come up, you're like, well, I know who the daddy is. I think I might know. See, right there, charge. Your ass going to jail.
Let me ask you this: do you think DNA tests should be like mandatory?
Yes,
Yeah.
I really do. Some states starting to do it though. Some
And
Well,
if
states,
you want to get public assistance, they do it too.
they need to. They need to stop just taking a person's, you know,
Word for word.
yeah, just stop taking their word that it's somebody's kid. Because some dudes, it be 5 years and they start getting their pay garnished, and they don't even know the woman had put them on child support. And they're like, who is this woman? And they just, if they know the person and they got all the information on them, they'll go up there and put it on that person just to get on it. I was telling my wife, I heard 2 women talking about it like years way back. She was telling the other girl how to get on, you know, government assistance, Section 8 and all that stuff. And she was basically telling her, just put somebody's name down. They don't check it. I was like, shit, that's just that simple. But yeah, that back then, I don't know if they changed it, but that was 20 years ago. But yeah,
wow,
yeah,
that's
that's simple, man.
whew,
So
yeah, that's rough. That's rough. All right, so check this. Right, I'm gonna get into the next quick topic. Let me see if I can bring this up real quick. Y'all bear with me for a second. Nobi, where's everybody at? Nobi, why is it
I was about to say, man, what's going on?
You
They
asked
said,
me, you asked me and I answered.
they just left Nobi out there. All right, let me get into this right here real quick.
bring the video up.
It's low.
The video didn't come up.
All right, you said the video was low?
No, it's not showing. I can see it down in the bottom box. It's not on the screen.
All right, hold on. Let me run it back. My bad. That's on me.
Probably just need to change
No, I got it.
yeah.
Ain't-
Probably change our format.
No. Yeah, that's all it is. I got
Talking to a woman, you supposed to lie even when you telling the truth, nigga. Cause she can't handle the truth. And she'll hold the truth against you forever. Do you really love her? You just tell me if you love her. No, I don't love her. No, I don't love her. But if I tell you, yeah, I love her, that's gonna crush you.
Women who believe the lies, what do you say about them?
They live happily ever after.
Yeah,
First of all, I don't care too much for him, but whatever.
all right.
but he speak
What
the
it got to
truth.
do with him? It ain't got nothing to do with him, though. It ain't
Yeah,
got nothing to do with him.
it's not the messenger, it's the message.
All right, so look, we're gonna get into this, and I know it's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna have to switch my screen around because I know the comments are probably gonna be ugly. I need to be able to see all of these comments right here. Okay, hold on. Real quick, we got an old right here. Well, if DNA are going to be required, let's require tests to have kids and therapy for trauma post bad
That's
relationship.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Come on, Sarah. Come on now. That don't even make sense.
Nah, you don't think that makes sense?
If you're gonna have DNA testing, you need to have pull it back up again. Let me make sure I read it right before I say something like that. Well, if
The
DNA,
DNA tests are going to be required. Let's require tests to have kids and therapy for trauma post bad relationships.
Yeah, I think that's valid
Okay.
because the kids are the ones that's affected the most.
Right. Listen, for
wait,
some
though, but
jobs,
DNA,
listen,
that's at birth. That's at birth. As soon as the child's born, you do a DNA test. That's what that is. So there's no trauma and therapy needed at the moment.
Well, she's probably looking at
beforehand.
it if it's later on in life you finding out.
Yeah, later on.
Oh, okay.
But when he was saying should they require, I'm speaking, yes, when they have the child, DNA test be done. Now
Right.
later on, yeah, you're gonna have to go through therapy because it's gonna break up the family.
No. We're talking about prior to having kids. Prior to having kids.
Oh, therapy for
But
adults.
should adults be qualified to even get together and have kids?
Oh, testing before. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Right.
I got you, Sarah. I'm gonna apologize. I jumped ahead on that. I read it wrong.
Yeah.
Shit. As for marriage, they supposed to test anyway.
They have tests?
Yeah, marriage is the church is supposed to have some kind of like a test. You're actually supposed to do a blood test before you get married to make sure your blood is compatible to have kids.
Oh
People-
yeah.
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 But yeah, so
let's see, people are moving from relationship to relationship, carrying trauma and not dealing with it. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And then look, see, we got D Bandy right here. It said similar to marriage counseling. Yeah, I gotta move the screen, man. Yeah, so I think with the marriage thing though, it ain't really like a test. It's more or less like it'd be like a little counseling thing. Like, you're sure you want to do this? Like, how long have y'all been? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but it comes down to he gonna tell you, are y'all compatible or not, as far as to get married. Somebody gonna come down and say, I think y'all need to not get married, maybe get some therapy, take a little more time, or they just because if you're just going through it just to check the box, then it's no good anyway.
But see,
So
I'm gonna tell you why that's not valid. Because, in my opinion, that's not valid because you can go down to the courthouse and fill out a marriage license. There's nobody there asking you any questions or, you know what I'm saying, counseling you or doing any of that. So,
no, that's what I'm saying. Somebody said you should have I said, yes, you should have counseling before you go to the courthouse. Because they do have it in churches. You go to and speak to your pastor. A lot of people do instead of a regular marriage counselor. And they basically just come up and see if you have issues and everything. You're not getting married just to be getting married. And so if you are getting married for the wrong reasons, they're going to tell you shouldn't be getting married. And
okay,
so-
so who's better to qualify whether or not someone is eligible to get married? Is it a pastor or would it be a counselor?
licensed
Somebody who's licensed and trained. You know what I mean? So,
counselor, because some of these pastors just be
Doing
speaking
their own
from
thing.
emotion. They be speaking from emotion, man, and a lot of them don't have the training, the official training to do it.
yeah.
So you need to go and have some years, not just go do certificate online and you now a licensed marriage counselor. No, your best bet is go to a real counselor, a marriage counselor, and talk to them about it if you that serious about doing it. If you're on that level. But I know a lot of people that's I guess what you say, like the virgins that's waiting, and they think they both from the church or whatever. They both never been whatever, so they've been waiting on each other. Those are the ones I usually see that go get that counseling prior and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But most people, they don't do that, man. They'll talk to their pastor, and some of these pastors, they don't care as long as you get married in that church and paying the church. They
Go
don't.
down to the justice of peace.
Yeah,
Do
people
you
spend
do you
all that money.
do you think that counseling should be, required before you can go and actually, you know what I'm saying, get a marriage license? Like, hey, look, we, you know what I'm saying, we went through 6 months of, you know what I'm saying, premarital counseling or marriage counseling or whatever, and therefore now we can, you know what I'm saying? Or do you think that should be left
I
up
think
to the individuals?
now being older, I would say, yeah, I think it'll save a lot of us some heartache times. You know what I'm saying? Especially you already been married before. You know what you did the first time, what messed it up the first time. You know what I mean? So, if it just didn't work out, we still know that. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like my fault, your fault. We just should never got married.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's simple, something like that. Somebody else could have spotted and maybe made us think about it versus, well, let's go do it and see if it work out, That's it. When you're young, that's how you think. Like, oh shit, we'll work it out, But then you get in there like, man, what the H have I done? I got myself in this, and it's hard to get myself out. You don't know how to get out.
Right. All right.
So
So look, we're gonna move on, right? So you see what you heard what Charleston White said, right? About about lying to women. Nobi, I don't know where everybody is, Nobi. It's just you, but we're gonna take it easy.
we're gonna
It's
ease you up.
gonna be easy. All right, Nobi. Y'all, a lot of women say that they want a man that's gonna be honest with them. They want a man that's gonna keep it real, keep it 100, tell me the truth, and all of that. But do you think
Y'all,
that women can,
Why are you shaking your head?
go ahead. I'm just,
do you think women can handle the truth?
No, we can't. We want to hear what we want to hear. I'm not gonna be honest. We want to hear what we want to hear.
Y'all want to hear what y'all want to hear. So, with that being said, right? Let me ask you this:
so I should lie.
do you think women prefer to be lied to?
We say we don't want to be lied to, but in all actuality, we don't want to hear the truth.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that.
Because if you ask, I was just talking to a friend of mine about this the other day. If you ask a man, "Oh, do I look fat in these?" You want him to say, "No, you look good." I know that's a typical thing, but
Right. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
right. And then if he say, "Well, yeah," and then you get mad that he said that, then you run and go take it off, and so we want to hear what we want to hear.
So let me ask you a question. In that situation right there, right? If you're actually like looking in the mirror and you know that maybe you've gained some pounds or whatever the case may be, why would you even ask? Why would you even ask the question? Are you looking for a lie? Why even ask the
You're
question?
looking for him to say, "Yes, they look nice on you," or you're looking for him to say, "They look nice on you."
Even though they don't look nice on you.
I didn't say I didn't know.
No, I'm saying because you gotta act because you don't see something like look right on me, and then you're like, nah, you shouldn't wear that, and then you get funny in the face, and then you go stomping out the room. Damn, you just act so. But if I tell you you look good in it, now you're gonna go out with some stuff on with me, looking frumpy, and now I'll be looking like, man, I should have just told her ass.
Yeah, you should have.
So she'll be out here looking crazy with me. So
You should have.
yeah, so
Let her be mad. Because you're gonna be mad.
Well, some of them do. I mean, we ask each other whatever, but so we got that out the way a long time ago. But I know a lot of people, they can't take it though. They'll try to tell them, no, you need to whatever, and they'll trip out on them.
That's
You
true.
know.
Okay.
So what's the answer, Novi? So how
Hold on. Hold on real quick. Let me hit this comment. I'm looking for confirmation and someone to give opinions that are emotionally sensitive. Yeah. That's what y'all be looking for. Yeah, I think that's what
soft
y'all.
talker?
And usually
You know what I'm saying?
the guy knows how his woman is, so he'll try to answer the politically correct way, so to speak. So the kind of
Most time he don't want to answer at all because he know
yeah,
how.
well, that's true.
Nah, but see, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I think it depends on the type of man that you're dealing with. I think if you're dealing with, well, I know me. I'm gonna be honest. I just be honest, and I know that my honesty it's going to get me in trouble, right? It's going to be problematic, but I can't lie. You understand what I'm saying? Like I can't lie. I'm
Oh, I
not.
said we got out the way a
You know what
long
I'm saying?
time ago, so we.
I'm not going to lie. So it's just like, yo, look, I'm telling you what I need to tell you for your own good. I'm not saying it to try to hurt your feelings. I'm not trying to say it to make you feel bad. I'm just being 100% honest with you, so that you know what I'm saying? Like, so that, okay, you know what? If you need to get in the gym and, lose a couple pounds, if you need to cut back on the eating or, whatever the case may be, I'm saying this because I care. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I'm not going to lie, because now what happens is if I lie, right? And then, first of all, I just don't, that's just not my thing, but if I lie, then you're going to be thinking, oh yeah, it's okay. And then it's just going to be just
Mhm.
a spiral out of control to the point where now I'm like, yo, I can't even deal with this no more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's getting out of control. And that's with whatever it is, whether it's, spending money, whether
It
it,
gotta be. If
you know
you
what I'm
gonna
saying?
do them,
Anything across the board, just be honest.
yeah, that's why I said we got that out the way 100 years ago. So we don't, like I said, you got to be able to tell them, because if not, they'll ruin everything. If you just don't say nothing, they're gonna mess up the finances.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna go out looking a mess. They're gonna be just continue to do things, and you was too afraid to say something. Like you said, you got to be one of these dudes that we talked about last week. These soft beta type dudes that just, I don't want to get you upset. I don't want to make you feel a certain way. But at the same time, you'll let her crash out by going out the way she is.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so I'd rather just tell you so you don't go out here and crash out and possibly embarrass us or mess up the finances, or mess up the house. Just because you wanna
Because you
have a thing, man. Yeah, you don't want to just you doing you, which a lot of people are doing now. They just doing them, and the shit ain't working out because I don't like what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you because you don't want to listen. But you'll listen to your girlfriends.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
usually the girlfriends don't lie. I mean, the girlfriends will lie. The
tell y'all
girlfriends will lie. They'll just go, oh, girl, you
But
look
then
good.
that's not the type of friends you want around you, though.
but they'll do it. I'm
For
telling
certain
you.
type of people, those are exactly the type of friends that they want to have around them. They don't want to have anybody that's going to hold them accountable and be like, yo, look, girl,
But they
you
shouldn't.
looking
They
crazy.
should not. I mean, I'm just speaking for me. You should not. My
Yeah.
friends going out looking a certain way, I'm gonna tell you, like, why you got that on?
Look, I'm looking at 4 women. They going in a department store. 4, they rolled together and everything. How about one of the ladies got a shirt on inside out, tag sticking up, and none of them told the woman her shirt was inside out. A lady in the store told the woman, pulled her to the side and told her shirt was inside out. Now the 3 other girls that came with her,
None of them told her.
none of them told her shirt was inside out. Let her walk in the store and everything. That's what I'm talking about. Stuff that simple. Like they don't care because they laughing at her. But y'all will do it to yourselves though, because y'all don't want one to look better than the other. I guess I don't know what y'all do, but y'all would do it to yourselves. Y'all would not. Y'all let y'all girl go out. Y'all know she can't wear that outfit, but y'all still like, girl, you look good in that. Then she go out and every brother out there tell her no, hell no. You know what I'm saying? So
But if you're around people like that, then that's when you need to step back and realize, like, these are not the people for you.
yeah,
You
but
need to
then
have quality
again,
people around you that's going to be for real, tell you about what's going on, and be able to speak up, and not be afraid. Because if if you're friends with someone, you shouldn't be afraid to tell them what's going on or what's happening.
but majority of dudes don't do that though. Dudes together, they gonna tell you. They'll clown you with it if they tell you. They might talk a little trash, but they gonna tell you if you got something on looking weird or whatever. But y'all women won't do it. Y'all will not I don't know if y'all afraid of somebody gonna say something back to y'all, get in an argument. I don't know what it is. Matter of fact, in the chat, won't y'all tell us shit? I don't know why y'all don't tell y'all girls or whatever when they wrong, they in the wrong. Dressing, acting, just presenting, whatever it is.
Check it out. Skinner said, "Damn if you do, damn if you don't." Whatever.
Right.
No matter what you say, it's going to be used against you.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's
Like
you
in a
know what I'm
court,
saying? It's
court of
crazy.
law.
You know what I'm saying? So Nobi, let me ask you a question, right? Okay, so hold on, I'm sorry. We got D Bandy right here. Can be honest and deliver the message in a non-hurtful way. Goes back to how the message is delivered. Okay. How do you deliver a message in a non-hurtful way when you have no control over how they are going to take that? I can answer a question in the nicest way possible. But if the person that's receiving that message is just, regardless of how I say it, they don't like the fact of the matter, then you know what I'm saying? It kind of goes back to like what Skinner said, where it's like damned if you do or damned if you don't. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And I understand, like, you know what I'm saying, the tone and the words that you use, and you know what I'm saying, things like that. But how do you do that?
Part of the issue is
You,
people
you
are
know
brought
your
up
friends.
being told yes all the time instead of being told no. So they don't know how to take rejection,
exactly. And people are super sensitive now. So
right? Especially in this society nowadays.
yeah, they are super sensitive. But you get some of the older people that grew up, they didn't grow up that way. They decided to switch that way in the last 5 to 7 years for some reason.
Because
But
it's made into it's now this big thing.
yeah, so they just super sensitive. You can't say anything. Like say, damn if you do, damn if you don't. And you can say it soft, you can say it lightly, you can say it with a low tone, you can whisper it to them. Hell, you can write it on a letter, on a note, and they still gonna get upset because they don't like the message. That's why they always get mad at the messenger, because they don't like the message.
Right. And so look at how this, so we talking about friends, but let's bring it back to a relationship, right? Because that's where it really becomes problematic, because now in relationships, you got people hold grudges, you got resentment, you got a whole bunch of stuff that just you know what I'm saying, piles up behind the scenes over you know what I'm saying? Just not being able to you know what I'm saying, to handle the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Holding grudges, don't speak to each other,
Right. Oh, he think, oh, you think I'm getting big? Okay, well, you ain't getting none then, or you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. And yeah, it's rough. So Nobi, look, I'm gonna get into the next thing, Nobi, and you better call up some backup, Nobi.
I don't have no backup, but it is what it is.
Where they at? Where they at?
All right, so look, Nobi, check this out, right? You in a relationship with a man. You in a long-term relationship with a man. Y'all been together for, 3 years, whatever the longest that you would maintain a relationship with somebody without marriage coming, you know what I'm saying? Without marriage, right? Let's just say 3 years, right? For those 3 years, this man is giving you everything that you need, everything that you require, everything that you desire, everything in a relationship, right? Now, ain't no relationship gonna be 100%, right? So we're gonna go by 80-20, right? You're getting 80% of the things that you need in this relationship. But the man does not say to you that he loves you. Is that a deal breaker?
It's not a deal breaker.
It's not a deal breaker.
No, I won't say it's a deal breaker. It's something I would address and say. But if he's also the type of person who's never really been the person to say that, then I can't get mad because he never said it in the beginning. So how can I expect him to really say it now? And from what I see, most men that don't say it on a regular basis, they show it. But as a woman too, we like to hear it every now and then. So in relationships that I've been in, if someone was like that, I would voice my opinion, and they would say it sometimes, but it's not a deal breaker for me. If I could see that you're giving me everything that I want and desire in that man, I don't think it's a deal breaker.
Okay, so you'd be okay with it.
It's
Like
more action. It's more
Correct.
action with you.
so
Yeah.
so actions speak louder than words.
Correct.
Okay. So now let me ask you this. If you were to ask that man outright, do you love me?
He
And that
say,
man said, I don't. But that
I
man
wanna
is
be with you.
doing everything that
What you say, Mr. Nobody?
But he still want to be with you. Like you said, he proving everything. He's still doing everything. He want to be with you, but I don't love you. Well, put like I'm not in love with you. Put it that way.
Well, see, to me, if you're not in love with someone, like you don't may not say it, but if you're not in love with someone, it's kind of like, to me, why? What we doing?
You know what we
but
doing?
you're getting
You getting
everything that
everything
you
else.
want out of the relationship.
Friends with benefits, basically what it's called.
No, why is that friends with benefits? Y'all are in a relationship. It's a committed relationship. It's not friends with benefits. No, they're
Yeah,
in a
friends with benefits,
committed
you just
right. No,
and
they're in a committed relationship. He's not doing anything with anybody else. She's not doing anything with anybody else. They're rocking out the way they should be rocking out. Nobi, you're getting 80% of whatever it is that you want. You ask him, right? You set yourself up, right? So you want to, a lot of times they say, listen, if you can't handle the answer, don't,
I got a question on that.
but you go ahead, you ask the question, and he says that he does not love you, but he's doing everything that you need. Would you continue on with that relationship, or would that make you feel, you know what I'm saying? Would that make you feel some type of way?
it would make me feel away because it's kind of like I guess internally it would make me feel away. I can't answer because I'm thinking action. Love is an action, so yes, he is given, but you also want to know. You kind of feel you want to know that that person does love you subconsciously, and asking that question from what you're saying, it's kind of like, do they love me, or am I just a placeholder?
I got a question for y'all.
Why would you
Back to
think?
it.
Hold
I
on,
got
why would you think you're a placeholder though?
Mm,
If you're getting everything that you want out of the situation, you're getting everything you want.
I
So
feel,
you
I
feel
personally feel,
okay.
is it kind of like I'm a placeholder until someone else comes along that you are going to love or be in love with.
Maybe love don't matter to him.
Well, then those are the things that we would have to break down to figure out. Is that something that's just he's not capable of?
Okay, he says he's not capable of it. Does that make it okay for you now?
It does make a difference though, because he's not capable of loving.
Okay, so would you stay in that situation?
Probably so.
Okay.
I can't give you a definitive yes or no because I haven't been there to see that.
I got one for y'all. Hold up. If he's saying he doesn't love you and you still in a relationship, what would you consider you guys? Friends or what? What title would y'all call that? Because he's saying he doesn't love her, but you still in the relationship. So would he consider you as still a friend or what?
How does how he feel about her change what they are?
What do you mean?
How does his feelings change what they are?
I said title. What would they call? What would they consider themselves? If he does, if he said he doesn't love
They're
you,
still in a relationship.
if he doesn't, so where, like you said, she's not a placeholder. So would he consider you a friend now because he don't love you? So he ain't taking it to another level, but you still there. So what would it classify her as?
The same thing she was before she asked the question.
Which is what?
Whatever it was that she was. If they were in a committed relationship, then they're still in a committed relationship. Okay, let's change it to marriage. Does it mean that, okay, if he's not capable of loving her, does that mean all of a sudden they're not married? They're still married. That's still his wife.
But we were saying just relationship though, not marriage. That's why I asked him specific about
But
that.
I'm saying, what about it would change if he's
She'll
still
still be his wife. She'll still be his wife then. So far as a titled. So would
she
it
would still
consider
be his
him?
girlfriend.
So
she
you asking it
would
so
still be his girlfriend. Why would it change?
Yeah, he'll be a girlfriend. Okay, that's what I asked. Would he consider you as a friend
No, if they
Or
were,
would he be?
listen, my example were they were together in a committed relationship. So the title doesn't change.
I don't know. No, if it doesn't change, because you kind of look in your eyes, kind of like,
I was trying to understand what the two of you are both saying, because you're saying what is a title that you two now have if he doesn't love you.
well,
You're saying
I'm asking you, what would you consider yourself if he's telling you this now in the relationship? Because you in love with him, y'all in a committed relationship, but he tells you, I don't love you. Would you consider y'all now still a committed relationship, or would y'all consider it now as a friendship?
I guess
Would
you're
your
still
feelings change
in
if
the
he,
same space that you were before. It's just now you know the person don't love you.
Yeah,
So
I don't see how
whatever
that changes anything.
you were, you still are. It's just now you know the person doesn't love you, or they're not in love with you. Because there's a difference. You could love someone but not be in love with them.
true?
You could have somebody that love you that don't give a damn about you, don't do nothing for you, don't like. So you understand what I'm saying? Like that feeling doesn't change the motivation or the motive behind what the individual is doing. You know what I'm saying?
For him, that's why I asked her. Does it change the feeling of you if you know he doesn't love you?
I think yes, it does change the feeling.
So okay, so now is it a deal breaker?
Right. So that's what I'm trying to get back around to, because now he don't consider you as someone he loves. So you're gonna look at it different and feel different, because you ain't gonna say, "Well, I ain't no damn friend." You know, you still gonna be a girlfriend, but now you know you're a girlfriend who's not loved by her boyfriend.
And it's not gonna probably go anywhere past that.
Why would you say it wouldn't go anywhere past that?
Well, he might be good with that. I mean, he might want to stay there.
Yeah, but if I want something different, why am I going to say so at a certain point you're like, okay, I'm dating to marry or something. So
Okay. What if he's okay with marrying you? He's not saying that he's not gonna marry you. He's just saying that that love feeling, whatever it is that you looking for from him, as far as that love feeling, he doesn't have it. He has no problem with, yes, come on, let's get married. He has no issue with it.
I actually seen guys like that. They like it the way it is, and like I said, they'll treat you like a queen or whatever. They just like it the way it is. They don't want to put no time. They don't want to push it no farther than what it is. But
Now,
he would marry. No, I'm saying he would marry you, but he don't want to. You know what I mean? It's just not. Some people just not into it the way some people are, I guess. But he still want to be with you. I guess putting titles on it. I guess I don't know.
okay. Oh, no, but let me ask you this.
okay.
How do you know? How do you know definitively? How do you know without a shadow of a doubt if a man loves you? How do you know that?
Don't ask me that question.
I'll be glad Mims ain't here. I know what she's gonna say.
Nah, I mean, how do you know?
By their actions, the way they treat you, the
He's
way
treating you. He's
the way
giving
they
you.
respect you,
Okay,
the
so
way they uphold you in front of their family and
he's
friends.
doing all of the things that you are naming right there, but he just won't verbally say it. But he's doing everything that you just said. Actions speak louder than words, or
Need some
no?
help.
In
She needs
the
some help
analogy,
getting the
words
girl.
speak out louder than actions. Which where we at? Come on, Nobi. Call for backup. Hey, where your
Need
backup?
a girlfriend. Get on there. Hit that. Start texting. Jump on help. 911.
Actions.
Exactly.
Action, but it's still a deal breaker for you. You're getting the actions, but it's still a deal breaker for you.
Before you get married, he has to say he love you.
I just always had that. So I've always had that. Have I not had someone that tell me they don't love me? I've never had that.
But
So
you
it's
got
hard
how
for me to
did,
say that's a deal breaker because they've told me they have.
They've told you that, so you would rather get told that
and
and not
divorce.
have the actions over getting the actions and
No,
not
I
being
want
told
the
that.
action. I like the action. That's what I'm saying. I've dealt with people who weren't so vocal about saying that, but they showed me in other ways.
Okay.
Is it a deal breaker? I can't say that it is because at some point they would say it. You know what I'm saying? Like
They
they're
may
not a
not.
type of person,
They
huh?
may not. They may not now.
Well, they may not, but the people I've dealt with have.
Yeah, but this a new guy you dealing with. He's better than all these guys you ever dealt with. He just don't say the love word. There's guys out here like that. They'll marry, they'll have kids, they'll send you to school, they'll pay for everything. They just don't use that word. They say it always messes up when they use that. I do know guys like that. They don't like saying. They say every time they told somebody it went left, so they don't say
It goes
it.
left.
Oh, really?
It goes
Yeah.
left.
So they don't
But
use
why?
it. It's just what it is in their life. Every time they tell somebody they love them, maybe that person flips.
Y'all people get together and answer that.
You know,
What you
y'all
say?
change up. Maybe y'all change up once y'all feel like y'all got them.
What you say, Lucky? Some more question?
I ain't say that.
Yes, you did. I see your mouth moving.
I ain't say that. I'm over here quiet.
I need to repeat it because I ain't hear it.
I need you to repeat it. I
I'm over
said,
here quiet.
why does that happen? That
She put them
you say-
eyebrows on you. She's like, "What you say? What you say?"
Yeah,
No,
I
shit
know.
like-
Them
she did
eyebrows.
the Angry Bird on you real quick. Like,
No, but I'm trying to understand. Like, why do a man feel that when they say they love someone that it messes up?
I ain't saying it.
It just could be from experience. It just could be from experience. It could be something within, you know what I'm saying? And what I said was, I was saying, ask, you know what I'm saying? Ask women why. Because, you know what I'm saying? You might feel like, you know,
Yeah.
oh, I'm chasing a high. I'm chasing a high. I'm chasing a high. I'm chasing a high. Oh, okay, I finally got that high. There's nothing else for me to get. Like I got, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is I was looking for. I don't know. I was saying, so ask, you know what I'm saying, women that, because this is something that a lot of men experience.
Right.
But I'm asking you all because Mr. Nobody said that men have said that once they say it, things just go left. So why do they feel things go left once they say that?
But
Because
you have
the woman
to ask the
change after
woman.
they ask them. After they say it. So once, so they've been in this one. The woman been saying it. Say like you like to hear him say it. You've been saying it for the last year, and then he finally say it, and now he noticed everything's done changed. Now she's acting a little different. Now she's being a little problematic because she thinking, you know, she got him or whatsoever. But he said once they say it, almost like when some dudes get married, the woman change. It's similar to that.
Kev, what up? Kelvin, what up?
Y'all different, man. I'm just saying, y'all different. Y'all in y'all own world on some stuff.
We're from Venus.
Well, y'all need to get y'all ass back up there.
Men are from Mars.
Ah man, let me see. Okay, Skinner said, if a woman never hears "I love you," it won't work. They need to hear that. So, Nobi, let me ask you a question. Is it about validation? Do you feel
I
like
think so.
it's about
I
validation?
think so. I don't know if that's my feeling, but I feel like it is that you need to hear that from the man just to feel like, okay, I know he loves me.
I wish Chocolate God was on here.
Even if he lying,
Woman
even
should
if he lying, it would still make you feel good hearing it. It would make you feel good.
Yeah, because then you
Even if he lying?
that's nothing.
So,
But you don't know he's lying. He's just saying this.
right, yeah, you don't know he's lying, but you would rather him lie to you and say that to make you, you know what
I
I'm saying?
would
To make
not
you
rather
feel
you
better.
lie to me. I don't want you to lie to me,
But you don't know he's lying. You don't know he's lying.
No.
So what I'm saying is, you would rather him lie and say it to you, rather than him be honest and not say it to you. You would be more comfortable if he said it, right? You would be more comfortable if he said it.
Yes.
Okay. Even if he didn't mean it, but you don't know that he doesn't mean it, so you're just taking it as it's the truth. Let me ask you a question. Do you know? Do you know most of the things? I don't know if I'm gonna say most. Yeah, I'm gonna say most of the things that guys probably tell you is really not important to them. Now, I'm not necessarily gonna say the truth, but it's not even. It doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? They
not
just
a priority.
guys just kind of say things just to make y'all like, you know what I mean? Like, are you aware of that?
Like it's never on our minds like y'all. Like y'all be sitting around like, I wonder if he love. It's shit like that's not on our mind. That's why we can just go sit down and watch a game or something, or just sit in the damn room and chill, and y'all come in like, "What's wrong?" Nothing. And y'all just keep bothering us. We don't be thinking like y'all, man. But y'all be sitting there thinking he don't love me because he don't talk to me when this is going on. We're like, huh? What the?
What was your original question? Because I just want to make sure I answer that question first.
It's all the same. It's all the same.
Yeah, I just, you know what I'm saying? I think because I'm gonna be honest with you, I think the guys that will lie to you, guys that just straight up lie to women,
Yeah.
I don't want to say they're more successful, but they get more out of women by lying to them because women want to hear that lie.
And then once you hear it, you'll do anything for them.
And plus, y'all kind of
You
promote
go the direction where you're being validated because, like you just said, validation is important to a woman. And so you may have somebody that's doing the whole 80%. You're getting the whole 80%, but he's not validating you. Somebody out there that would only do 20% for you, but he's validating you. Right. You all over him because he's just giving you the validation that you need, or for whatever reason you desire.
Yeah, because he know what y'all like. Y'all like to hear all the good stuff.
And see, that's why they always say the grass looks greener on the other side, because you're getting validation on the other side, but you're getting the man that's doing everything. See, the man that's doing everything, you don't even notice that he's doing everything because he's not giving you the validation by saying it, but he's putting in the work and doing it. But you'll overlook that man for the man that's telling you all of the things that you want to hear. I mean, do you agree with me? Like, is anything I'm saying like, yeah, okay, yeah, it might be, yeah, maybe validation. And it's not about you. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily.
No, I just seen a video. Woman gave up an 11-year relationship because another guy was, like you said, saying all these sweet nothings to her that her husband wasn't saying. Then she up and left. And then 2 years later, she on a dating show trying to find another husband because she missed what now she's trying to find that husband again. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, because that other guy was just telling her what he wanted, and then he giving it to her. Then he left. And now she back out here. Now she's looking for another husband. But yeah,
So no, would you rather hear that lie from the man? You know what I'm saying? Would it make you feel comfortable? Like, yeah, just, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to tell me it's a lie, but just lie to me. Make me feel good.
Spare my feelings, huh? That's what it is, right? Spare my feelings. Don't lie. Don't tell me the truth.
It depends on what it is.
God, dog.
Okay.
I mean, I ain't gonna say that, but
okay. I mean, that's accurate.
I want a man to be honest with me. What's that song by oh my god, what is that song? Love Me Good and Lie to Me.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And what she's saying, basically, she's out there working, whatever, and she knows he's dealing with her friends.
Yeah.
But just don't do it in my face.
Yeah, yeah. That's what Shaq said. That's what Shaq said when he was talking about lying to women and stuff like that. But yeah, I get you.
But I know a lot of older women get that way.
Let me get Skinner comment. When women want to hear "I love you," but the first thing that goes wrong, you're gonna say, "But you said you love me." Okay, I got you, Skinner. Yeah. So now that can be used against you, right? You know what I'm saying? As soon as the man is like, "Yo, but I love you," right?
It is used
now
against him.
it's used against him. Like, "Oh, I want to go do this." No, we're not gonna do it. But I thought you love me. You know,
it is used against him.
What they say? Anything you say can and will be held against you, right? You have
that. It's always.
It is used against them because as soon as they cheat or something, the first thing you say, "You told me you love me," and a lot of times you think that love is based off of you're not going to deal with anyone else. It's just me and you. So then you do say that to them.
But a lot of guys will say after that, "I told you what you want to hear."
That too.
They tell them that.
That part.
Yeah, I told you what you want to hear. You kept wanting to ask me. I told you what you want to hear. Yeah, because she kept asking him. So he finally just gave in. Like, okay, hell yeah, fuck it. I love you. All right, you do. He go over there on the side piece. I just told you what you need to hear. Stop bothering me, so I can go ahead and watch the game.
Yeah, I ain't never
Always
been.
at that damn game.
You know what I'm saying? I always get in trouble because I tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? I think it just might be my delivery. You know what I'm saying? My delivery might be a little, you know, I don't know.
Abrupt.
But I
Oh,
don't
like,
know. I
tell
think
me I'm too direct and all that. You were too direct or something else. She'll tell me when I'm talking to other people and stuff. She's used to me, but it's like you just too direct. And then I maybe because I was in the military for so long, my voice will change.
It projects.
Like yeah, it'll change. Like I say, you have like do the command voice type thing. So I'll be like saying something, it'll change, and it'll sound like it's coming off like I'm saying it in a mean way. That's what she say anyway. I don't, but you know, so I get in trouble for that. But then again, I might be meaning what I'm saying.
Yeah, sometimes it's not.
You know?
You know, people always say it's how you say it, but sometimes it's not how we say it. It's how you received it. Like
Right,
it
exactly.
made you feel some type of way, so I could have whispered it.
Right, and you're
I
not
could have
gonna like it.
whispered it, but because of how it made you feel, you like, oh, I don't believe you. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you kidding me? Like, I whispered it nice and softly in your ear, but because of what the message was it's problematic.
But you know they call that nice nasty. I can't stand a woman to do it to me. Don't whisper to me when you're talking to me. All this, well, you know, don't give me that nice nasty shit because because the message. I'm looking at your face and everything else. You trying to hold back and saying this nice nasty shit to me. Nah, don't do that. Say it the way you want to say it because now I know you're just being condescending. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it well because you being condescending. I'd rather you just say it. Say what you gotta say. Cut all this nice nasty shit because you're still nasty. You're saying in a, you know, hey, shit ain't cool what you're saying. I don't care how much you whisper. It ain't cool what you're saying. So just say it right. You know, church people do it all the time. They'll talk about you in a real soft, light tone and might even say baby a couple times in there, but they talking shit about you. No, just go ahead and say what you gotta say so I can say what I gotta say.
They don't
Yeah.
want to hear what you got to say back.
Well, I don't care if you said nice nasty. If you say it the wrong way, you're gonna get something back. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Nobi, look, since look, Nobi, you a trooper. You ain't got no backup, right? And you stood your ground. So let me ask you this, right? I'm gonna give you the opportunity to flip it around. In relationships or just dealing with men, are there things that you know you may have noticed that when with men are sensitive about or have, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you might have to lie to a man about in order to make him feel good, make him feel better, or
Oh,
whatever it is.
I know what Mills would say if she was here, but let's see what you say.
Yeah, see, the reason why I feel comfortable with asking Nobi that because Nobi is reserved. You know what I'm saying? Nobi, like, yeah, you know,
Mills will give some off the wall crazy answer.
yeah, absolutely, I got something to say. Yeah, I wanted to tell this dude that he,
Yeah.
Nobi.
I know where it's gonna go though. I know. I bet you. I'm put $10 on. I know where her mind gonna go. $10. $10 on. I know where her mind gonna go. That you gonna have to be nice and tell him something that you need him to fix or change.
So the question is, make sure I understand.
Look, actually,
You know what the question is. You know what.
No, I want you to just repeat the question
heard,
again. I want to make sure.
Repeat the question. Just give your answer.
Because now I don't know what I'm answering. I need the question. Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay. Is there anything that, as a woman,
Okay,
dealing with men, that there are some things that you may have to lie about to a man in order to not hurt that man's feelings?
you get sex all the time.
I told you. See there? Give me that money. I know it. I knew that's where she was gonna go. Give me my money.
That's
Okay.
that's like one of the main things.
Okay.
But do y'all actually tell them?
What'd you say?
Do y'all actually tell them that they suck in bed?
No, you kind of, go around the bush about it
But why?
because you don't want to hurt their feelings.
But what if you?
Because you know, wait a minute, no.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's usually, now, maybe not for you all, but a lot of men are very sensitive about that area. They are. So, being that they're sensitive, you know, first thing they say, I've actually had an ex who told me one time, don't say that
Oh God.
I'm small or whatever.
Which? Oh, okay. I thought you was.
You thought I was gonna say something totally
Yeah,
else. Once in a while.
Or you don't tell him he's small.
Well, he told me he was, and I was like, okay, well, what are we talking about? But I think one of the things, I guess, he knew his flaws, so he was trying to,
He's telling you up front.
right. But at the time, I still didn't know how bad that flaw was. But I guess a lot of times that's something you have to tell him.
Did you find out? I mean, you tested
Yeah,
out.
it wasn't bad, but
An X. Yo, she said an X. Yo, so
Yeah. She tried to talk around like so, but you still went ahead and brought him home and fixed him some flakes and everything.
Did he tell you he loved you? Did he tell you he loved you?
at some point he did.
Okay, early. He had to tell you early.
I won't say early. Probably about 60 days in.
Yeah, that's early.
60 days?
Yeah, that's
So
what I think about it.
so you said it too within 60 days.
No, not right away. Because I was like, you sure?
That you said like that's a long time. That is not a long time.
Because we wasn't really around each other.
Shoot.
That's even fast. That's even worse if y'all not even around each other. Don't you build
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Those feelings from the amount of time that you spend together, right?
I think because we did a lot of speaking on the phone. I mean, I say a lot because it was a long distance relationship. It was a lot. A lot of speaking on the phone. Daily.
So he fell in love with your voice?
Of course.
Okay.
Wonder damn.
Can you turn the air on back on?
Okay, guess he's sweating now. Look at her.
Yeah.
No,
Getting hot. Started to think about little dude. Look at her.
no, nah.
Okay. So Nobi, right? You like it when guys give you compliments?
I think it's nice.
Okay. Do you think every man is 100% truthful and when he's giving you a compliment?
I don't think every man is. No.
Okay.
I think some men say it because they're trying to get something too. That's
Nice.
just that's me.
You're trying to get something.
How come women getting upset now that men are giving them a compliment?
That part I couldn't tell you because I don't get upset.
But does it validate you? Like, does it make you feel better about yourself?
It depends what they're complimenting. Because
Okay.
if you're just saying like you walking down the street, oh, you look cute, sis, whatever. I'm like, okay, thank you. Keep walking.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Yeah. Do you believe, just from yourself and friends, do you believe that a lot of women are insecure? And so what happens is they're looking for validation. And so the man that, lies to them, right? But they don't notice, that it's a lie. But the man that's saying this, and it, and all of these things, do you think that it's helping her, you know what I'm saying? Like cope with some insecurities that, she may be having?
You mean like is it like the woman taking it as validation from that man?
Yeah, just because I just from what I hear, you know what I'm saying. Just a lot of women are insecure about, what I'm saying, a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying. Not saying that men don't have insecurities as well, but I think maybe it's more so with women because of the things that pretty much validate a woman. I think when it comes to looks, I think a lot of women are maybe self-conscious about their looks because that's what they prize, their looks, so do you think that women can kind of get caught up with men who just validate them because of their insecurities.
They do. They definitely do. I mean, and it's sad because a lot of times you're looking for this validation from him, um, because of society, how they feel women should look, and you are going for that look, and this man will, let you know, or how many men you can get, how many numbers you got, how many men are talking to you, what a man can do for you. So yes, they are looking for that validation, and I wish more of us could be more confident in our own selves and not look for the man to validate us.
I got a question. Do you feel that women kind of pick and choose if they're gonna accept or like the compliment based on how the guy look?
I think so. I
So if a
think
nice looking guy come through, he can say, let's say they both say something that's kind of risky. They come and say something that's kind of sexual, but he's trying to give you a compliment at the same time. But if the guy looked good, he said it. Would you smile and accept it, or the guy that's not so favorable, you just gonna automatically kick him out?
first of all, I don't want. If I don't know you, I don't want you saying anything sexual to me.
Well, let's take that out then. Let's just take the sexual out. He just said something that make you say, "Oh, okay," but you turned around and saw this dude. He looked like a supermodel dude over here, and then another dude said the same thing over here, but he looked like one of the
Joe Schmoes.
yeah.
I think for me personally, a compliment's a compliment, whether you look good or you don't look so great, you're in between or whatever.
But I'm saying, do you think women look at it that way?
Yes, they do.
So they'll accept them based
They're
on
gonna look the one that is probably like the best looking man. They're gonna like really accept it from them more, or giggle a little bit more because he looks really good. And the one that's like, don't meet meet that criteria or fit your standards. Like he said, I look nice, but then they look at it like, well, he don't even look nice. So how he gonna tell me I look nice?
because he's frumpy, he can't tell you look nice.
Well, that's how women sometimes think.
Oh, they think that? Oh, wow, okay.
Or maybe that's just a choosing signal. Maybe she's just looking at him like, I'm not gonna give him the time of day because
That could be
you
it.
know what I'm saying. Like, yo, listen, he don't qualify, so I'm gonna just give him the bare minimum, and I'm gonna keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, I ain't saying. I'm just questioning it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering because I see it. That's why I asked, because I see some women. This dude, because he look good, they all don't care really what he says. But when a dude to come through that, like you said, Joe Smo, then they'll look him up and down, and what y'all call him reading, and find everything wrong with him. But this dude that come through, y'all ain't gonna say, because everybody they want this dude, so they ain't gonna say nothing. Even though he said the same foul thing he said, but
It's just not you're not into that one, so you don't want to hear it from him.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So no, look, what's it gonna come down to? Do women prefer to be lied to, or do they prefer to hear the truth? I'm talking about like in a relationship, right? Do they
It's sad.
Sound
They
like
prefer to be lied to.
they prefer to be lied to?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
it's
That's
sad.
what's up.
But sometimes we do. And I have to put myself in that category at times because certain things I probably want to hear X, Y, and Z, not the truth. What things I can't say for sure at the top of my head, but I think there's times where I probably asked the man something and I probably knew what the answer really was, but wanted to see what he's going to say.
But why would you do that?
Because you want to see what they're going to say. That's all.
Are you prepared for him to say the opposite?
There are times I have. There are times I have prepared for
So are you
for the
prepared?
negative.
You prepared with
And
prepared
then
with
I
a
just,
comment, like a comeback comment, or
no,
you
I
just
know
in your head
myself.
just
I've been super sensitive. So if they say the answer I don't want to hear, I just don't say nothing at all.
All right, check this out. Let me throw this comment up here. Mindful Gains. They want the truth. They just want it said in a gentle way. Okay, I got that. It's hard to know.
Everybody
Like you
keeps
can
saying
say it, yeah, you could say it as you know, as gentle as possible, but depending on how they feel about whatever it is, sometimes it's like a no-win situation. But I get it. Just say it as gentle as you can, and then
But that don't always mean they're
it's
gonna
just
still
gonna be
receive it.
yeah, it's just gonna be whatever it's gonna be. So yeah, so as a man, you kind of have to know your lady, and I guess you have to know what
Your
you know what I'm
audience.
saying, are like sensitive areas, and what's not, and a lot of times with me, I'll get asked a question, and I'm like, I'll just look like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
like I tell them, don't
you
ask.
know what I'm saying? You sure you want to know that right there?
Don't ask.
But
I hate family
that's part of a relationship. You kind of got to know what you know what I'm saying? What you can and can't, or what areas are super sensitive, and you just kind of got to know how to handle it. And then you got to know what mood she's in, man, because women are emotionally, they're up and down. You could say one thing one day, and then the next day to say the exact same thing, and it's okay. No way
you
you got the
gotta
smirk on
know.
your face. She
You
know
gotta
what
know.
I'm saying
She
is
knows. She
accurate.
knows.
She
She
know what
knows.
I'm saying is
Right.
accurate. It's like, yo, we can make a joke. I can make a joke today about, yo, your hair just looking crazy, whatever. And then tomorrow it's like I say the same joke, but you just extra sensitive about it, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh,
Could
you're
be that
so
time of the
mean.
month.
Like, yo, hold up. Yesterday I was the man.
Right.
Today I'm Mr. Meanie. Like, I don't even.
And then,
Well,
like you say, gonna blame it on the time of the month. That's
well,
gonna be y'all go.
sometimes it
That's y'all go
is.
time. That's y'all go to. Everybody don't get.
Sometimes it is.
Everybody don't get crazy like that.
Let
I
me
think
see.
y'all just done made it crazy.
Sarah said, that's correct, mindful gains. So yeah.
Right.
I get what he's
Yeah.
saying though. I get what he's saying.
I think you always try to answer stuff nicely, but
Yeah,
like
but
you said, like
sometimes
you just catch me off when like, so what you think about that? No, you need to change that. Now, if I said it just like that, well, you ain't have to say it like that. That will come out. Like say it like what?
see, look, no, I like see I know be laughing. She
Right,
know
'cause
that
she
that be like, I ain't had to say it
right.
like that.
Cause see, I'm not paying attention to it. You know what I mean? So you pop out, you know how y'all go change clothes and then walk in the room. What you think? Like, all right, that's cool. Yeah, that
We
look nice.
do. We do that.
Yeah. And I go back do what I'm doing. Well, you ain't saying nothing. You said this. All right, yeah. And then
Yeah,
y'all get like that. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all say you didn't say it nice enough. You ain't say it with compassion, I guess.
yeah,
You know, but
yeah.
you
Let me
caught me at the wrong time. You know what I
get
mean?
a comment. Mindful Gain said it took me a while to learn this. You know what I'm saying? He also said, depending on the woman too. Yeah, yeah,
I would, they
absolutely,
can't say nothing opposite. They can't say nothing.
absolutely.
They go off. I mean, they can't say nothing.
Yeah, he also said exactly, Lucky, their feelings fluctuate. You gotta stay yeah, that's part of being emotionally intelligent, right? Not only being able to manage your emotions, but being able to not necessarily manage, you know what I'm saying, her emotions,
Understand.
like as men, not being able to manage her emotions, but at least being able to assess, you know what I'm saying, what the situation is, and then govern yourself accordingly. But Nobi, I see you clapping. But look, that
They know
is
crazy.
that is that is I mean
We're
it's
emotional,
part
so
of I get
for
it.
him to
Right,
say that,
absolutely.
he
Okay.
he's picked up on how to handle women at certain times, and that's great that he's able to do that. Not saying that it's right or wrong, but he's
Right.
able to
It's
figure
part of
out
me.
what she's going through at that time, so he knows how to handle her accordingly.
Right. And then, okay, so he also said, yo, why am I out of okay. He also said, we take women's responses too serious. Now, that right there, I have to agree 100%.
Maybe I
I
don't take
have
it
to
serious.
agree 100%. Why is I keeping my hands? Yeah, 100%, man. I think a lot of men get too emotional when a woman gets emotional. You know what I'm saying? I try to tell guys all the time, don't match her emotions. Don't match her mood. You got to stand on your square, and then it just be what it be. Because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? She'll I don't want to say fall back in line, but you know what I mean. She'll fall back in line. Like, but then once
That's
you
why
get
I don't
emotional,
know.
and
What
she
you
get
mean then?
more emotional, what do I mean?
You said I don't want to say this.
Yeah, nah, because I gotta watch how I say it, because you ain't gonna like what I say. I'm just being straight to the point. What I'm saying is, if you're emotional, right? And then now I become emotional because you said something and I don't like what you said. Now I'm emotional. And then now it's just going back and forth. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
So as the man, you just got to stand on your square. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then
10
eventually
goes
once
down.
you see like,
Then 10
okay,
goes down.
he ain't gonna bend, he ain't gonna fold, whatever. I'm a huff and I'm a puff and all that, but okay, it didn't work. It didn't do nothing. He's still standing on what he said, and it just is what it is. Then you'll just get back in line. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of guys, they, he'll
Well,
say
a lot of
something.
guys
And
like to argue back. I'll just cut it off like it's just closed, man. Yeah. My thing, I know she get mad at me all the time. I say it ain't that serious. I always said it ain't that serious. And I know it be bugging her when I say that, but I'll be dead ass serious. Like it ain't that serious. Just
yeah. But
it
listen,
ain't that
sometimes,
serious. But
let me see.
uh,
I seen your videos, bro. Emotional intelligence is a superpower. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But I just be honest. Sometimes it's hard because as men, we have to deal with what we have to deal with, and then it's like now we got to deal with you too.
yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? We got to regulate ourselves. Then on top of that, we got to regulate you. And y'all be wanting to know why y'all don't want to talk, or why you this and that. Yo, it just be a lot. Like, look, I got to regulate me and I got to regulate you. Just give
You
me
gotta
something
you gotta
alone.
validate their emotions. You got to be all
Yeah, we got to
involved with
figure
their
you out.
emotions.
You know
And
what I'm
like,
saying? Most of
oh,
the time, men are just the same all the way across the board. You pretty much know what it is you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
with y'all, we got
you're
this.
supposed to
Damn, what day is it? You know what I'm saying? What time is it? What time of the day is it? Did she eat breakfast yet or not? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like, da, 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 da. Did you eat breakfast yet? No, I didn't eat breakfast. Oh, okay. All right. You
I,
want
and
something to
I,
eat?
I'm like that too at
You know
times.
what I'm saying? You
I can say
hungry?
that.
Let's
I'm
go get something to
hangry.
eat. What you want to eat? Oh, okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of got to know that, but it's
If she start dancing, you know it's the food.
yeah.
Nobody's shaking his head, but it's true.
y'all crazy. I'm just saying, y'all
We're
crazy.
not crazy. We just,
Y'all crazy. It's crazy. It's just crazy. It's just a little word you can use to just fix all that. It's crazy.
What word?
Crazy.
What word?
Crazy.
Spell that?
Crazy.
Deranged.
Put a little dash in if you want to sound cool. Crazy.
Oh man.
That's
But
all.
nah, it's all good, Nobi. But look, Nobi, I appreciate you. Yo. You held it down like a trooper. You know what I'm saying? You get that. You definitely gained some stars, some stripes, or something. I don't know. We got to give you a gift, a prize. You know what I'm saying, or something, because you held it down with no help. You ain't had Mims ain't here, apple cakes ain't here, chocolate. You just held it down. You know what I'm saying? So definitely appreciate you for that. And
Hey, I got something for her real quick.
uh,
What I was
Oh,
gonna try.
what you got?
No, it's good. No, Thursday. Thursday when I thought about it. If the other ladies had been on, I was gonna ask them to do it. They do it too. When I do the show Thursday, if you want, let you guys lead a show. So I'm a co-host, you'll be the host. And what topic you want to talk about, we'll roll off that.
Okay.
let me tell you something. Hold up. You said okay, Nobi?
Huh?
I
Huh?
want to see.
You heard me? Nah, 'cause I've been telling I've been telling
you told her
that's
to do that.
not Nobi.
I told you how to get myself to. I didn't say I was doing it right now.
I'm actually gonna clean it up a little
You're
bit.
right.
See?
I didn't. So
Hey,
no,
this is nobody. See, you caught her at the right time, and you know what I'm saying. When I became Nobi,
I'm
this
on.
is how we need to do it. Nobi,
I'm by myself right now, so I feel like I got a little poking my chest out.
okay, all right.
Okay.
What my shirt say? Hustle
So
not
how
handed.
is she sending you those how is she sending you those little those videos? Through
Nah,
what?
she just sent it. She just sent it like on a. She
Texting?
just texted to me or something.
All right. Well, just you figure out a video. I think we can show your screen. I think we can show your screen. But anyway, just Thursday,
Does it have to be this Thursday?
yeah. Why not? You don't need that much time. It don't have to be the whole segment. You just
Look
something.
at Lucky looking like, oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
Thursday and Sunday.
Nah,
I'm
but-
Thursday. He's Sundays. Yeah.
All right, but look, we could talk about all that behind the scenes. But look, Nobi,
Yeah.
appreciate you for holding it down. And so, really, just at the end of the day, you think that most women, prefer to be lied to?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, I appreciate that.
Not saying that I want us to, but it is what it is.
All right, it is what it is. Yeah.
Go
So
tell
with that
some.
being said, Mr. Nobody, you got something you want to say to anybody, or we gonna get up out of here?
Nah, I'm just gonna start pressing, telling lies again.
Wow.
Nah, nah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Shoot, your wife gonna beat you
Appreciate
upside
it.
your head.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's what's up. Well, look, I want to shout out to everybody that came through. Mindful Gains, appreciate you. D Bandy, appreciate you. Sarah, you know what? Hold on, I missed the comment. I apologize. It's not Treese. Okay, I'm gonna just take it as Treese, right? Tell me the truth. Okay, got you, Treese. Tell you the truth. A lot of women say they want to hear the truth, but then when they get the truth, it's like, man, and then you
But they
can't
got
go
to hear it
back.
in a certain tone.
Yeah,
That's the thing. They got to hear it in a certain tone and all this, and you don't know what that is. We don't know that certain tone that y'all need to hear.
Not so overbearing. Like sometimes when so if you ever notice, like with children, when the mother says tells the child to do something, the child continues to just doing what they're doing. That father comes, it's like, get over here, cut it out, and they just stop. So when you speak like that, sometimes it comes off kind of harsh. Y'all can look your eyes up which way y'all want to.
all right. All right, we hear you. We hear you. So we just gotta say it. It's we gotta the tone.
Maybe with a smile, like
So
that.
men need to work on their tone when they're saying
I think
when
And
they're telling the
but
truth.
they don't know the tone. But they don't know the tone.
Yeah,
You got
because
to give us a tone to
matters.
work off. Give us an example of a tone.
It's not a tone. They just want to hear a lie. They want to.
That's what I'm saying.
Embellish. They just want to lie. That's it. It's not. It's never the tone. I'm
They
telling
want
you.
a soft
They
lie.
wanna,
They want a soft lie.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
yeah.
We can
Yeah.
do that then. Y'all want us to lie soft?
a soft lie
Yeah, I changed my
versus
tone.
versus a hard lie.
Yeah. Hey, well, I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play it. Let me see. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Right there. Oh, it didn't play. Oh, you lucky.
Oh, see.
All right, let me finish getting through here, man. Kelvin Cook, man, appreciate you for coming through. Skinner, as always. Sarah, appreciate you. Who else we had up in here? Oh, DJ Philco was up in here too. DJ Philco, I know I seen DJ Philco early on. Appreciate you for coming through. Yeah, DJ Philco definitely came through.
Taylor.
And Taylor, appreciate you.
Oh, okay. I see.
Oh, I didn't see Ryan early on. Ryan, appreciate you, Ryan. Love the videos. Please know they're very helpful. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I just keep pushing, man. Just keep pushing for us guys, man. It's tough. It's tough out here to be a man. We make it look easy, but it's tough.
And I'll keep pushing for the women.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what we got to do.
I'll say rather stand up and try to push it the right. That's all we doing. We're just telling guys the right way to do it. That's it.
Awesome. All right. So look, with that being said, we're gonna get up out of here. Appreciate Mr. Nobody for taking the time out of
Yes,
his schedule
sir.
to come through. Appreciate Nobi for taking the time coming through. She held it down for the ladies. You did your thing, Nobi. You know what I'm saying? And
Get your ass ready for Thursday.
absolutely. And appreciate everybody that was locked and loaded. And we'll catch y'all on the next one.
Have a good Easter Sunday.
Peace.
Peace.